If you're feeling overwhelmed by aged care, I get it. Most people come to their aged care journey not knowing where to start and worrying that they're going to say the wrong thing or they'll end up with less help than they really need. This video is here to help make sure that that doesn't happen to you. I'm Tanya from Insider Information. I'm going to walk you through 5 simple steps that will help you to feel clearer and calmer and more confident when you contact My Aged Care for the first time. Okay, so let's make it easier. Here's the thing, most people don't really realise that My Aged Care is both the gateway to getting help and the gatekeeper that decides how much help you're going to get. It's their job to approve the minimum level of care they think you need, not the maximum. So how you tell your story, how you explain your situation, it really matters. I talk to so many people who have tried many times to get help through My Aged Care and been told that they're not eligible. They are eligible. They just don't answer the questions properly. So let's go through the 5 essential steps that will help you to get the support that you actually need. Step 1. Get prepared before you call. My Aged Care is essentially a call centre. They follow a script, they'll ask you a series of questions, primarily yes or no, and they won't interpret your story to figure out what help you actually might need. So before you pick up the phone, get really clear about what you or your loved one can and can't do on your own and write it down. Now, I know it can feel confronting. It's not easy to talk about ourselves or someone that we care about in a way that highlights what is not working for them, what is hard and what they can't do. But the more specific that you can be, the better your chances of getting the right support. So, I want you to grab a piece of paper. I want you to write down and make a list over about a week. Think about things like personal care. Do they need a shower chair? Can they wash their hair? Can they reach their back? Can they reach their feet? When it comes to cooking, can they lift pots and pans? Can they still open jars? What about standing to stir a pot? If your balance isn't great, this can be really tricky. When it comes to cleaning, can they get down to clean the shower floor? Can they wring out the mop? This takes quite a bit of strength and balance. Can they carry the vacuum cleaner up the stairs? One of the trickiest things people find is actually changing their bed linen because mattresses can be very heavy. So can they change their bed linen? Can they hang out their washing? When it comes to stairs, do they have to hold on to the rails? Do they hold on to furniture moving around the house? How about navigating the curbs in the street? Is that something that is safe for them or are they at risk of falling? There's so many things to think about, like gardening, maintenance, changing light globes, medication, shopping, transport, how much pain they have, the memory, and whether they can remember to do things or forget what day it is, forget to turn the hose off, what their mood is like, what their social connections are like. Are they still continent? What current supports do they have in place? There really is a lot to think about. I've actually done another whole video dedicated just to this part of the process. I'll link it in the description below, or you can just search the channel for preparing for aged care assessments. Now remember, don't assume that they're going to read between the lines. They won't. Most of the people answering the calls at My Aged Care and many of the assessors are not health professionals. So you need to write it all down over the week, note everything you do, note how long it takes and where you need help and what help that is. This becomes your guide when you talk to My Aged Care or when you talk to the assessor. So armed with your list, if you can't change your bed linen, then when they ask if you can manage household chores, you can confidently say no. Step number 2. Describe your worst day, not your best day. It's so important. You know, when people ask how we're going, we tend to answer, I'm well, thanks, not bad. But when we're talking about my aged care, we don't want to answer based on our good days. My aged care and the assessor make decisions based on what you tell them in that moment. So you need to describe your worst days, because this is the reality of the care you need. When you're tired, when you're in pain, when you're struggling, when you've used all of your energy doing one thing at the beginning of the day and now you just don't really feel like cooking and so you don't eat. That is the reality that matters when they're determining what support you need. So remember, your worst day is your everyday. Step number 3, know the limits of your family's support. A lot of people feel bad saying they need more help, especially when the family are already pitching in. But you need to be honest about whether that family help is realistic or sustainable. Are your family members juggling work, kids, their own health issues? You need to think about what life would look like if these people were not able to help. Would you be okay without them? That's the information that my aged care needs to understand, because life changes and support needs to be sustainable. Step number 4, ask for residential respite approval, even if you don't plan to use it. This is one that people often miss. You should always ask for residential respite approval, even if you don't think you'll need it and you never want to see the inside of a residential aged care facility, because life happens, emergencies happen, family support can be taken away because of something else that requires their attention. Things that are out of your control, and already having respite approved gives you flexibility and peace of mind, and it gives your family members flexibility and peace of mind. Actually, it can even mean the difference between being able to have something like minor surgery done or not. I've seen people unable to have something like a simple bunion surgery because they didn't have any residential respite care approved for their recovery period. It's better to have it and not need it than to need it and not have it. And nobody is putting you into residential care just because you seek approval for respite care. Step number 5, appoint a representative. Navigating aged care is hard, and it happens when we're unwell and we're overwhelmed. It can be many phone calls and there can be long waits in between steps. So appointing a representative, someone who can speak to my aged care on your behalf, who can receive updates, who can help and advocate for you. It's so important. The representative doesn't need to be a power of attorney, and it doesn't give them the ability to choose a provider, send you off to aged care, or make any actual care decisions. But what it does do is take the pressure off and make sure that nothing important gets missed. So there you have it. 5 simple steps to help you to navigate my aged care with more clarity and confidence. Number 1, get prepped for your call. Number 2, describe your worst day, not your best day. Number 3, know the limits of family support. Number 4, ask for respite approval. And number 5, appoint a representative. If you'd like all of this in writing, I've put together a free downloadable guide. The link is in the description below. And if you found this helpful, I'd love it if you subscribed for more practical advice on everything aged care, home care, and navigating this system with a little less stress. Subscribing will also really help others to find this information. The way the algorithms work, every subscriber makes this easier for someone else to discover. And if there's a topic you'd like me to cover, let me know in the comments and I'll do my best to include it in an upcoming video.